Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Q4 FY21 earnings conference call of Shri Pushkar Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited. This conference call may contain forward-looking statements about the company, which are based on the beliefs, opinions, and expectations of the company as on date of this call. These statements are not the guarantees of future performance and involve risks and uncertainties that are difficult to predict. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode, and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Punit Bukharia, Chairman and Managing Director of Shri Pushkar Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited. Thank you, and over to you, sir.
Hello and a very good evening to everyone. First and foremost, I hope you all are keeping safe and healthy. Friends, today on call I am joined by Mr. Deepak Beriwala, our CFO, and Mr. Nitesh Pangle, our Company Secretary and Compliance Officers of Shri Pushkar Chemicals and Fertilizers, and Orient Capitals, our Investor Relations Partner. We have uploaded our investor presentation and financial results on the stock exchange and company website. I hope everybody had an opportunity to go through the same. I will walk you through the industry updates followed by financials and operational performance of the company for QI FY21. Q4 FY21 was more or less a normalized quarter, barring the last 2 weeks, which impacted production and sales on account of second wave of COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent lockdown restrictions across the country. We have gradually uptick in our volumes, both in chemicals as well as in fertilizer segments, especially in second half of FY21. Friends, despite loss of production and sales in H1 FY21 on account of COVID-19 pandemic, our volumes on standalone basis for the chemical segment for FY21 stood at 16,573 metric tons as compared to 13,806 metric tons in FY20, a growth of 20%. Our fertilizers volume has grown on 18% to 73,244 metric tons for FY21 on standalone basis. As the situation moves towards normalization, we are optimistic of growth momentum in volume going forward. Post opening up of the economy and ease of lockdown restrictions across the country in phase-wise manner, we have witnessed good traction in all our business on a sequential basis. Q4 FY21, the business was back to normal to the pre-COVID levels. In fact, above the pre-COVID levels, and we are witnessing growth in the volumes. However, due to lockdown restrictions on account of the second wave of COVID-19 pandemic and subsequent lockdowns, the production and sales has been impacted for Q1 FY22. However, we believe that this is a temporary and business is resuming normalcy. Now we are anticipating growth in the coming quarters also. During the current quarters of May 21, due to the severe cyclone storm Taukte hitting the shore of Maharashtra and Gujarat on 18th May 2021, we have witnessed some disturbations at our Ratnagiri plant in Maharashtra. There were some damages to the factory sheds and temporary halt in the production at the plant. However, immediate actions were taken and now the production is back to the normal. The damages caused were fully insured and the claim has been lodged with the insurance company. Now, update on the CAPEX. Friends, our planned CAPEX of 75 crores for expanding dyes intermediate facilities to 22,000 tons per annum is slightly delayed due to the pandemic, and we are witnessing some cost overrun for rupees 10 crores approximately. We have already incurred 74.69 crores, and this has been fully funded through internal accruals of the company. We are anticipating the plant to be operational in Q2 FY22, and the balance CAPEX will also be funded through internal accruals only. Company is also setting up a solar under open access scheme for which we have planned a CAPEX of 20 crores and will be funded by internal accruals. After commissioning of this project, we believe that there will be significant savings in the power cost, leading to operational efficiencies and enhanced margins. Our acquired entity, Madhya Bharat Phosphates Private Limited, has been successfully integrated in our system and process, and we have begun commercial production in our Jhabua plant from July 2020 onwards. Revenues from Madhya Bharat Phosphates Limited for FY21 for the 9 months period stood at 31 crores. Our revamp and repairing work for our Unit 2 at Diwanganj plant of Madhya Bharat is also on track, and we are expecting to begin commercial production by Q2 FY22. We have received all the necessary approvals from Pollution Control Board and are confident of starting the operations of Diwanganj unit in the said mentioned time frame. Our board has taken up issuance of up to 7,89,473 warrants convertible into equity shares of ₹10 each to the promoter of the company on the preferential basis in accordance with the guidelines of SEBI. The same is subject to the approval of regulatory authorities and the shareholders at forthcoming extraordinary general meeting scheduled on 5th July 2021. These funds will be utilized for the funding of capex and working capital requirements of the company. Our board of directors have also recommended a final dividend of 10% of face value for rupees 10 each, subject to the approval of shareholders at the AGM. With this, I would like to hand over the call to Mr. Deepak Beriwala for financial highlights for Q4 and FY21. Over to Deepak.
Thank you, sir. Good evening and a very warm welcome to everyone. Our revenue for the consolidated for Q4 FY21 stood at rupees 113 crore as compared to 86.7 crore in Q4 FY20, a growth of 31% on year-on basis. Revenue growth on quarter-on-quarter basis is 19% from rupees 95.6 crore. Revenue for FY21 were up by 2.5% at 354.9 crore as compared to rupees 346 crore in financial year 20. This is despite revenue loss in FY21. Our revenue on standalone basis for FY21 stood at rupees 253.7 crore. Revenue from Kisan stood at rupees 70 crore and revenue for MBPL stood at rupees 31 crore. Our consolidated EBITDA for the quarter stood at rupees 14.1 crore as compared to rupees 10.8 crore in Q4 FY20, a growth of 31% on year-on basis. EBITDA margin for Q4 FY21 stood at 12.4%. Consolidated EBITDA for FY stood at rupees 43.2 crores with an EBITDA margin of 12.2%. PBT for Q4 FY21 stood at rupees 12.3 crore as compared to rupees 7.7 crore in Q4 FY20, a growth of 59.4%. Our PBT for FY21 stood at 35.9 crore as compared to rupees 39.9 crores in FY20, a dip of 10%, and PAT for FY21 stood at rupees 28 crores. Including MBPL acquisition, our capex for the year stood at rupees 102 crores. Despite capex done over the years, we are still a net cash company with rupees 59 crores of non-linked deposits lying in our bank accounts. Our operating cash flow for the FY21 stood at rupees 41.2 crore and OCF to EBITDA was high at 95%, displaying the strength of the company to convert its EBITDA to cash for future expansion and shareholders' value. With this, I open the floor for discussion. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. We'll now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and one on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and two. Participants are requested to use handsets while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we will wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. Participants, you may press star and one to ask a question. The first question is from the line of Shubham Agarwal from Equitas India. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, team, and thank you for the opportunity. So, my first question is regarding the fertilizer business. If we see the gross margin, this quarter the gross margin dipped to 37%, and I'm talking about Kisan Phosphate and Madhya Bharat combined, whereas the average gross margin over the last 3 years has been 45%. So what explains this drastic fall in gross margin, sir? Hello? Hello?
Hello. Am I audible,
Yeah.
Shivam?
Yes, sir. Now you're
Yes.
good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry for that. Shivam, your observation is perfectly correct. And we have also observed the same kind of issue that, the profit margins in the fertilizer business has gone dip. Let me tell you, Shivam, the basic reason for this which we found is that the transportation and selling and distribution cost for our outward, for our outward distribution as well as for our inward distribution has gone tremendously high, which we were not expecting at all. Now, if you talk about that, why this cost has gone up, mainly if you see that, fertilizer was kept under essential commodity, except fertilizer, all other businesses were made to halt. Now, during that period, company did good volume growth in fertilizer business. For example, if you see in Kisan also, the top line stood last year was around 60 crore and this year is around 70 crores. But again, there is a depression into the profit margin, and that too also substantial depression into the profit margin on Kisan as well as also onto the consolidated basis also. The main reason for this is increase into the transportation cost, but when we saw that during this pandemic period, we were not able to get any kind of a mode for the transportation of our finished products. We had to pay some extra charges because none of the transport company, none of the drivers were ready to, go out for a business and, provide the services to the company. Basically, that is the main reason that we have paid extra cost on the terms of the transportation. And earlier in Kisan also and other where also, if you see, it has gone up by almost 25 to 30% higher. That is the main reason, these costs has gone up.
Fair enough, sir. But I would assume that transportation cost would come under other expenses, if I'm not wrong. And that's why probably in Q3, the other expenses to total turnover was 32%, which kind of tapered down. But the gross margin itself fell.
We are classifying into selling and distribution expenses, am I right?
In other expenses.
See, we are basically classifying these transportation expenses into selling and other distribution heads.
Correct. So I'm excluding that. I am talking about purely gross margin.
See, basically, if you see that the raw material pricing also went high tremendously. Like, for example, if I tell you the basic raw material rock phosphate, which we earlier used to import from Egypt at a price of around $62 to $65. Now it is being imported at $119. And slowly and gradually it started venting up high. That is the main reason the government has revised the subsidy also recently on 20th of May 2021. But that depends, but that impact came later on. But before that, whatever the shipments we got from December, January onwards and February onwards, those were at a very high price, Shiva. Because what the problem went with the rock phosphate is that basically major source of the rock phosphate to the Indian SSP industry was Egypt. Now we came to understand in the month of November or December that Egypt has started its own phosphate acid plant. They have diverted the entire rock phosphate produced in Egypt to their phosphate acid plant. We were left with no other choice except to approach this Jordan mining company. And that is the main reason the global, inward freight also has gone up. For example, earlier we used to pay the freight charges for chartering a vessel from this port to Indian port was around $17 to $18. Now the freight is high as much as $33. None of the crew was ready to come to India because of the pandemic situation. In account of all these things together, increase in the raw material cost, increase into the inward transportation cost raw material, increase into the outward transportation cost of the raw material, this issue has been done. And company was not immediately able to pass on the increase to the customers. That impact came in May 2021.
Okay, so now can we expect going forward to have an increased realization to cover all this expense?
Now the God has given much more than what it was expected, Shivam.
Okay, that's great. That's great. And what was our capacity utilization average for Madhya Bharat last quarter?
See, Madhya Bharat, we started the plant in July, and in July 2021, the first season had almost gone away.
Okay.
Because the season for the first season of Kharif was almost till July end or mid of August. We could get the second season, and that was our first year into the new area like Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh. Then too also we did close to 31 crores of the business, and the quantities we did is around 36,298 tons of SSP. Only for one season, that was also a new area, new team, everything was new. And let me tell you, in this 36,000 tons, whatever we sold in Madhya Bharat, some stocks are not accounted into this because certain stocks what we sell through Markfed, which is a Madhya Pradesh government-owned arm, is not billed to them because it is dispatched to them on a consignment basis, and whenever it is sold, then only it is billed. So if you will see that the production and the dispatch is much more than what this quantity has been sold.
Okay.
I hope I am clear, Shivam.
Sorry?
I hope I am clear with your queries.
Yeah. So going forward, how do we see like the capacity utilization of Madhya Bharat this year? Can we expect a revenue north of 80 crores as guided previously for this year?
See, for this current financial year, we are targeting revenue above 100 crores, Shivam, in Madhya Bharat is concerned. Because now we are starting our second plant also of Diwanganj, which hopefully would be started in Q2 of this financial year. And if you will see that in one season we sold 36,000, we are targeting close to around 80,000 tons of sales in this particular whole 12-month period from Madhya Bharat Jhabua plant. And if you take around 80,000 also, and as on today's pricing also, it is close to 90 crores. Plus, we are also starting another plant of animal and nutrition and animal and health nutrition plant also, which trial has been already started, and commercial production will be on streams somewhere in July. So that top line is also going to be there, plus Diwanganj plant. So somewhere we are quite confident and positive that Madhya Bharat would cross 100 crores in this financial year.
Perfect. And coming to the dye and dye intermediary business, given that in your opening remark you have said Unit 5 will now get delayed by 1 quarter, how much of the revenue can we expect out of this in the 6-month period? Because earlier I think the guidance was around 125 crores for 9 months.
Are you talking about Unit 5?
Yes.
Very honestly speaking, Shivam, Unit 5 is delayed, and if you ask me on a very personal note, it is delayed beyond my expectation.
Okay.
Now, the problems what we are facing for the last few weeks or last 2 months is that unavailability of the laborers and as well as unavailability of the other ancillary facilities like oxygen and, some other issues are also there, in which we are, totally helpless. We can't, these kind of issues which are totally out of our control. If you ask me, in Unit 5, hardly, pending work which is left out is for almost, 1.5 months or so. If I give you a brief on the Unit 5, civil is completed, erection is completed, receipt of all the plant and machinery is completed, right? Only utility services, pipeline, electrification is going on, but for that we are facing some issues. In my last phone call, I had said that we will be able to start Unit 5 in Q1. But at that time, second wave hit us, and now we are facing these issues. But now I am confident that we will be able to start Unit 5 somewhere in Q2. At the worst, if we start Q2 also, and if I just, I am just presuming so, right? If we do so also, then I think it should take another around a month or so for, the schooling period of establishing or streamlining the trial production into commercial production. Somewhere I believe that we should be able to get revenue at least for 5 to 6 months. That should be in a range of around 100 crores or so, or maybe 10% here and there.
Got it. So as far as I understand, demand side there is no issue. Only the production side is where you are facing major challenges, correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And what would be our order book right now?
Order book, as far as dyes is concerned, we already have an order book of around 1,150 tons, which I saw almost a week back.
Okay.
And fertilizer, there is no problem. It is a full season going on at all the 3 sites. As far as intermediates is concerned, there is no such issues or hiccups on any kind of order book, Shiva. As far as sales is concerned, that is not a major problem. Please understand.
Got it. And what would be the...
Sorry to interrupt you. I'll request you to come back in the question queue for a follow-up question. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Pritesh Chheda from Lucky Investment Managers. Please go ahead.
Sir, 350 crore revenue that we have on consolidated, the fertilizer business in this is about 70 crores, am I right?
Sir, fertilizer business is all put together is around 100 crores or so.
100 crores, okay.
Yeah.
And my second question is, once when the capacity gets fully utilized on, let's say, there are two parts of capacity. Dye intermediate is one where you're expanding, and fertilizer is where you're expanding.
That's right.
So, and on dye intermediate, I see about 180 crore of business that we have. On the expanded capacity of dye intermediate, what should be the expanded revenue for us once you fully utilize it?
सर अगर इसको आप टोटल एक कंसोल बेसिस पे हमें होल ईयर ऑपरेशन अगर आप देखोगे, बिकॉज द प्लांट्स आर स्टार्टिंग इन ए फेज वाइज मैनर, एंड लाइक यूनिट 5 विच वी आर होपिंग टू स्टार्ट मच अर्लियर नाउ विच इज डिलेड, अगर इसको आप एक पूरे कंसोल एक पूरे उस पे आउटलुक पे देखोगे, इट वुड बी इन अ रेंज ऑफ अराउंड 65% बिजनेस वुड बी फ्रॉम द केमिकल्स and 35% of the revenue of the company on a consolidated basis would be from the fertilizers, including the Kisan as well as Madhya Bharat. I think this was your question. This is what you want to know.
नहीं सर, मैं ये जानना चाहता था कि once now you expand the capacity, basically you are taking to 30,000 tons, right? You had the capacity of your presentation says. एक मिनट सर.
आप केमिकल्स की बात कर रहे हो ना?
हाँ सर, केमिकल्स की जो 14,000 वाली 30,000 है.
देखो, अगर आप केमिकल्स की बात कर रहे हो तो मैं आपको ये बता दूं कि केमिकल बिजनेस यूनिट 5 चालू होने के बाद में ये कहीं ना कहीं 450 करोड़ तक की टॉप लाइन में आ जाएगा सर.
ओके, 400 माइनस 250, दैट्स 150 करोड़ की एडिशनल टॉप लाइन आएगी.
तो यूनिट 5 से कहीं ज्यादा ही आएगी, बट मैंने आपको बड़ा कंजर्वेटिव फिगर दिया है.
तो आप रियलिस्टिक फिगर दीजिए ना सर. 14,000
ही समझ के चलो. कल नहीं तो आप अगले कॉन कॉल पे बोलोगे कि भाई ऐसा नहीं था वैसा हुआ था. कम से कम आपको ज्यादा प्रोजेक्ट करेंगे तो बेटर रहेगा सर उसके अंदर. हालांकि अगर आप मेरी पुरानी कॉन कॉल देखोगे तो ये साल में हमने 300-325 का ही आइडिया दिया था, वेयर एज कंपनी हैज अचीव्ड 354.
Okay. So I did a simple math. 14,000 going to 30,000, which means 250 crore of chemical revenue should at least be 500 crore. ये मैथ बराबर है?
वापस बोलो एक बार आप.
14,000 ton of chemical capacity going to 30,000 ton, which means 250 crore of chemicals revenue going to 500 crores.
सर उसमें ऐसा है कि जो डाइज इंटरमीडिएट का प्रोडक्शन आएगा, दैट विल बी कंज्यूम्ड बैक इनटू द डाइज बिजनेस आल्सो. सो उसका रेवेन्यू बैलेंस शीट में नहीं चढ़ेगा, बिकॉज दैट विल बी अ कैपिटल कंजम्पशन.
ओके, डन.
इसको कहीं ना कहीं 350-400 के आसपास गिनती में लेके चलना चाहिए.
और जो फर्टिलाइजर की इंक्रीमेंटल कैपेसिटी है उसमें कितना रेवेन्यू आएगा फ्रॉम व्हाटएवर 1.5 लाख टन गोइंग टू 4 लाख टन?
सर अभी जैसे किसान ने 70 करोड़ किया, दैट विल गो अराउंड 90-95 करोड़. मध्य भारत ने 30 किया, दैट विल गो अराउंड 100 करोड़. तो ये प्लस ये समझ लो तकरीबन सर आपको 125-150 करोड़ का वॉल्यूम जंप फर्टिलाइजर बिजनेस में और आएगा
ऑन फुल यूटिलाइजेशन.
हाँ जी.
Okay, so and at this level of business, which is 350 plus 150, which is 500 plus let's say 150, 650. At this level, what should be the margin? और वो जो सोलर की केपेक्स जो आप बोल रहे हैं जिसमें there is a saving, what is that saving? Is
सर बेसिकली ये सोलार हम लोग ओपन एक्सेस में डाल रहे हैं और वी विल बी पेइंग सम काइंड ऑफ व्हीलिंग चार्जेस टू द इलेक्ट्रिसिटी बोर्ड. वहाँ पे वी विल गिव देम द एनर्जी एंड एट अवर दीज साइट्स वी विल टेक द एनर्जी. ओवरऑल सर आज जो बिजली हमारे को ₹10 पर यूनिट के आसपास पड़ती है, वो बिजली कहीं ना कहीं ₹3.5 के आसपास में पड़ेगी सर. 3.5 साल के आसपास का पे बैक पीरियड है.
ओके, 3.5 years. ओके.
हाँ जी.
और सर ये 650 करोड़ पे जो एक्सपेंडेड पे मार्जिन कितना होगा एंड व्हेन विल यू अचीव पीक रेवेन्यू? इज इट पॉसिबल नेक्स्ट ईयर?
तब देखो ये साल में कहीं ना कहीं 550 तक के वॉल्यूम पे अपन आ जाएंगे। 500 मतलब 550, 550, 550, 550 आप समझ के चल लीजिए सर।
ओके।
अगले साल में यही चीजें 650, 700 तक निकल जाएगी सर।
परफेक्ट। और
मार्जिन देखो सर कि ये साल में 8 8.25% रहा है, पर ये साल को गणित में या गिनती में नहीं लेना चाहिए, बिकॉज ये साल के अंदर मोटा मोटी 6 महीने जो शुरू के गए वो तो प्रैक्टिकली बहुत खराब ही गए, सबको पता हुआ है इसके अंदर सर, बराबर है। उसके अंदर खर्चे ये वो तो सब चलते ही रहते हैं सर। मैं ये समझता हूँ कि सर अगले मतलब ये करंट फाइनेंशियल ईयर के अंदर मार्जिन कहीं ना कहीं 10 से 11 या 12% तक एक्सपांड होने चाहिए, मतलब तक आ जाएंगे।
ये नेट लेवल बोल रहे हैं आप?
मैं नेट पैट लेवल बोल रहा हूँ। अगर आप 5 साल का भी इतिहास उठा के देखोगे तो 9 से 10% के बीच में अपन हमेशा रहे हैं।
ठीक है। Thank you very much, sir, and all the best to you and stay safe, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Forum Hakim from Equity Capital. Please go ahead.
हेलो सर, कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशंस ऑन अ गुड सेट ऑफ नंबर्स। सर मेरे थोड़े क्वेश्चंस थे। पहला फर्टिलाइजर साइड पे है कि ये सब्सिडी इंक्रीज का हमको मतलब क्या इम्पैक्ट होगा, और हम प्राइसेस इंक्रीज करने का सोच रहे हैं क्या, सिंस इट्स लॉन्ग ओवर ड्यू?
देखिए सब्सिडी इंक्रीज 20 मई को जो गवर्नमेंट का नोटिफिकेशन आया है उस हिसाब से सब्सिडी काफ़ी अच्छी इंक्रीज कर दी है। And they have taken care the price, the raw material and input cost increase into the cost of the production, मैडम उसके अंदर तो सब्सिडी इंक्रीज का फायदा तो है इंडस्ट्री को। एंड एज फार एज द फिनिश प्रोडक्ट प्राइसिंग इज कंसर्न, डेफिनेटली प्राइसिंग थोड़ी सी इम्पैक्ट हुई है, बिकॉज सब्सिडी हैज बीन इंक्रीज ऑलमोस्ट बाय 3 times what it was before. Now the prices has been corrected by in a range of around 10%. In comparison with the March pricing or the April pricing onwards.
So can we expect any inventory gain?
वो होगा मैडम उसके अंदर, वो इन्वेंट्री गेन भी उसके अंदर है, बट वी आर नॉट आइडेंटिफाइड द वॉल्यूम ऑफ द एंड द क्वांटम ऑफ द इन्वेंट्री गेन्स, बट डेफिनेटली इट वुड बी देयर।
ओके सर। और सर ये सब्सिडरी कलेक्ट कैसे होता है, मतलब कौन कलेक्ट करता है? हाउ इज द डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन डन?
Basically, it is all digitalized by government, and whatever the sales takes place, it takes place on POS. POS means point of sales. It's a kind of a portal designed by Department of Fertilizer. It is linked to the FMS and IFMS system of Government of Fertilizers. Whosoever farmer buys your fertilizer from anywhere, from any other, from any dealer across your distribution channel, they have to give their thumb impression on the POS, and that thumb impression is connected to their Aadhaar card, and their Aadhaar card further thereon their land documents, which are already all digitalized. On the basis of their thumb impression and punching in their Aadhaar card details and the sales details punch in by the dealer, then it goes on the ministry portal that so and so stock has been sold at so and so taluka or village or district, like that. Then on that particular sales we are eligible for the subsidy. For that we have to only file a claim, online claim on the ministry portal, then the subsidy is received automatically.
तो कंपनी को मिलती है ना सब्सिडी?
हाँ, कंपनी को मिलेगी।
ओके। तो सर अभी हमारा फर्टिलाइजर का कंट्रीब्यूशन बढ़ेगा सेल्स में, तो हाउ विल इट इम्पैक्ट आवर वर्किंग कैपिटल?
See, working capital has never been an issue for Pushkar. If you will see that we are almost a zero debt company in terms of a short term working capital also. So I don't think working capital is going to be any question to that. We are a cash rich company, and I don't think working capital would be any kind of an impact or any kind of a pain in our head. We are able to manage our recoveries, we are able to manage our stock movement on a very comfort zone. So we don't think that that would be an issue.
ओके ओके सर। और यूनिट 1 पे ये अपग्रेडेशन के पहले अराउंड 50 to 60 करोड़ कंट्रीब्यूट करता था, राइट?
I couldn't understand. Please say again.
So यूनिट वन हमारा अपग्रेडेशन के पहले 50 to 60 crores कंट्रीब्यूट करता था, राइट, रेवेन्यूज को?
नहीं, it was much higher than that. Anyway, you please go ahead with your question. What is it? Let me understand.
तो सर, तो इससे हम कैसा रेवेन्यू कंट्रीब्यूशन एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हैं?
Are you talking about exactly मतलब specifically unit 1?
Yes.
So really I have to calculate that because we have never done on a unit wise basis. We have always done on a product vertical wise basis. Because see, in unit 1 we produce acids also, we produce the animal and health nutrition feed also, we produce dye intermediates also. At the same time we produce dyes intermediate unit 3 also. So we have never done such calculation on unit wise. We can give you the volumes and the sales on a vertical wise. Unit wise we haven't done, but in case if we need it, we can give it to you. That's not a problem.
Okay, sir. So just one last question कि सर हमारा लॉन्ग टर्म विजन क्या है, लाइक 3-4 year विजन इन टर्म्स ऑफ ग्रोथ, प्रोडक्ट, फिर उसके लिए कितना केपेक्स और कैपेसिटी लगेगा? व्हाट इज द लॉन्ग टर्म विजन?
Honestly speaking, if you look at the past history of the company, it has been growing continuously for the last 5, 6, 7 years or so. It has been always a zero debt company and a zero waste company also. We are trying to make it on a most compliant manner also. Now going further forward, we did top line of 350 crores in this financial year. 222 year we are planning for around 500 to 550 or so. Let's say 525 to 550. Then on that very next year of 22-23, it would be close to 650 or so. We are also coming out with our phase 2 expansion, which we have discussed earlier. That phase 2 expansion, we would be coming out with our further details post Diwali, not at this time, but you need to understand the basic thought process and vision of the company is that it is continuously in a growth mode. We plan ourselves to touch somewhere in a 4-digit figure in somewhere in 2024-25.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Participants, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Nitin Kamlesh from Bafra Marketing and Management. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi sir. I wanted to understand, out of your dye intermediary consumption, how much is captive in percentage?
The shares of now, kitna hoga percentage captive? I think it would be around 35% or so.
Okay, so
it should be around 35 to 40, around 35% of the intermediate production would be captively used in dye stuffs.
Okay, so the 65% which is sold out to the market, how does prices of H acid, vinyl sulfol, etc. affect your margins and realization for the 65% that is sold out to the market and is not captive? And how has that trend been over the last, let's say, 1 year to what the current situation is? Because it's a meaningful part of our business.
The prices of H acid is around in a range of 360 to 370, you can say. And vinyl sulfone is also in a range of 260 plus minus 5 rupees. And basically these prices are decided by market forces, Nitesh, honestly speaking. But we have been always seeing to in this such a fashion or such a manner is that the kind of a gross margin, the kind of a delta we are always able to retain, whether the prices goes, if the raw material prices goes high, then we are also able to, maintain our delta as a gross margin into that.
No, so how does it work? You pass on, let's say H acid prices go up, vinyl sulfone prices go up. You pass on the full price to the customer, or how, and then you hence get margin benefit, hence you get volume benefit and margins remain the same. How does it work?
See, basically, there is no fixed formula, something like that to this. Basically, it is, decided by market forces, demand and supply, It is not such kind of a formula, but, I am sharing my past experience with you that we are always able to maintain the delta into this.
No, so right now you're saying prices are around 300 to 200. You were saying how is it compared to what it was like 6 months ago? Has it increased? Has it decreased? And how have your margins been in this business?
Prices
It is
in the
not
6 months
segregated.
was lower than this. Then in January it went high. Now again it is around 360 levels. As I told you, Nitish, it depends on many other factors. Certain other factors also there. Which decide the pricing strategy. We cannot go on this simple plain vanilla formula. You understand, please? And this is basically on demand and market supplies. This is what I can tell you.
Okay, and I had another question. I just wanted to straightforward ask you, promoter holding has increased from the market. So I wanted to understand, what is the promoter so bullish about in the next 3-4 years, or where is the bullishness coming from? What are you all so positive about in the company going ahead?
Nitesh, I'm surprised that, why I should not be bullish about my company when I'm fully confident of that, whatever we are doing, whatever achieving, and we have shown it in the last 5-6 years. We have done it in a phase-wise manner. We have converted the whole business model into stable and sustainable business model. We have converted the whole company into zero debt as well as zero waste business model. When we have such kind of a business model where the entire waste is generated into a byproduct and converted into the revenue of the company, and the kind of expansion plans we are having in future, the kind of this inorganic growth we have done in the past also, and which are future there in the pipeline. So why we should not be bullish?
Okay, I just wanted to understand from your point of view. That's it.
I think I'm clear.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, you may press star and 1 to ask a question. The next question is from the line of Shubham Agarwal from Miras India. Please go ahead.
Thank you for the opportunity again. Sir, I was looking for some data points. So what was the total volume of dye stuff and dye intermediary for this quarter and last quarter? And similarly, if you can give us the complete fertilizer volume also.
Do we have the volumes right now, Deepak? Can we share with them? Yes. We have year-on-year basis. Do we have quarter-on-quarter basis as of now? Are we carrying here right now? Shubham, right now we are having year-on-year basis. Will that do? Or in case if you want quarter-on-quarter basis, then can be shared with you through our investor relation team. That's not a problem. But if you wish to have a year-on-year basis, I can give you right now also.
No worries. I think the year-on-year is mentioned in the presentation, so that will suffice.
Yeah.
You can give me the subsidiary volume of fertilizer, because I believe only standalone is mentioned.
Wait, hold on. I think fertilizer I have. In Kisan, we did fertilizer of around 72,000 tons, Shubham, in 2021. And last year, 1920, we did fertilizer of 63,518 tons. So from 63 to 72, almost 15% growth in the volumes.
Right.
Same like animal and health nutrition, what we did from Kisan last year, 1920, it was 2,057 tons. And this year we did 2,466 tons, 2,466 tons. Acid business we did in Kisan 1920 was 7,738 tons. In 2021 we did acid business of 4,782. If you will see, the acid business has gone down by almost 300 tons, 3,000 tons. Because that is mainly because of increase into the fertilizer business. That because sulfuric acid plant we have put up for captive consumption and additional quantity we sell. So whatever that we produce, most of the product has gone into the captive consumption.
Right. And for Madhya Bharat, the total was 36,000.
Madhya Bharat we did in this year was 36,298 tons. 1920, there is nothing. That company we took over in March 28.
Correct. And what would be our total proportion of export in Q4 in dye and dye intermediary business?
Only Q4 you want. How much is the Q4 exports? वो क्वार्टर के रिजल्ट में होगा ना. And do we have this? Hold on.
Yeah.
How much is that?
18.
Q4 is 18 crores. On a year basis, this is कितना पूरे साल का? On a year basis, it is 55.95 crores.
Right.
No.
So I would assume the proportion of exports to go up, correct? But Q on Q, it seems like it's going down.
Yeah, export has gone down in compared to the earlier periods.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Like if you see, in 1920, exports was 72 crores.
right.
In 21, total export is 55 crores. So there is a dip of around 24% in the export volumes.
But right now the export market is better compared to domestic market. Am I right?
See, we have got good business in exports, but you need to believe that the whole globe was under the hit of this pandemic. Shubham.
Okay.
All the issues. The story ends up there itself only.
Okay.
But still, we have full thing that in this financial year we should be at least able to cross 80 crores of exports, 85 crores of exports.
Got it. So what would be our average CU of die and die intermediary business in Q4? If I don't have the volume, it's fine, but what would be our capacity utilization on an average for Q4?
I think it should be somewhere close to around 70% or so. This is what I'm hopeful.
Okay. So basically what I'm trying to understand is, given that Unit 5 is on the verge of commissioning, right? And it will add up a substantial amount of capacity. So what makes us so confident that we'll be able to tie up the capacity based on the order outlook that we have?
Come again with your question, please.
So I'm saying that given that our capacity utilization has been at around 70% in Q4, and our Unit 5 is up for commissioning in next 2 quarters, which will be a substantial addition to the total capacity. So what makes us believe that the capacity will get tied up based on the order book that we foresee, or from exactly where the orders will flow from to achieve 550 crores?
This all basically depends on the confidence in our team, confidence in our sales and marketing, on the basis of which we have taken up an expansion of Unit 5 also. Right. So basically it all comes from there. And we have been into this industry for quite a long time, almost more than 21 years or so. We believe that there is a huge demand going to come, is already there, not going to come, is already there. Slowly and gradually, if you will see that the share of Indian dyestuffs and intermediate industry is increasing year-on-year basis. If you will see that the share of Chinese the industry is decreasing on year-on-year basis. We see that in coming time, being so many issues in China because of the compliances and environment and other kind of feelings towards the Chinese business for the other European world, we believe that the majority of the business is going to flow to India. Based upon our various interactions with our existing customers and potential customers, and when we have a market intelligence, we are fully assured that there is a huge opportunity lying there. That is the purpose we are going for this Unit 5. And as far as sales and volumes are concerned for Unit 5 also, there is no problem. Part 1. Part 2. Whenever we talk about 100% utilization in these kind of industries is not practically possible, Shubham. If we achieve in a range of around 80-85% or let's say 85-90% of the utilization also, that is considered to be a fairly good achievement.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, sir, that's it from my side. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you. The next question is from the line of Deepak Mehta, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Thank you for taking my questions. So my question is around the asset turnover. So what kind of asset turnover we can expect once our capacity get in place?
I'm not able to understand your question, Deepak. Can you please repeat your question?
तो मेरा क्वेश्चन ये कि जैसे हम लोग का जब कैपेक्स फुली इन प्लेस होगा, मीन्स वी कैपेक्स कंप्लीट करेंगे, तो जो एसेट टर्नओवर होगा वो जो अभी राइट नाउ है उसके अराउंड ही रहेगा, इम्प्रूवमेंट रहेगा उसके रिगार्डिंग सर?
हाँ, मतलब ये कि 75-80 करोड़ का जो कैपेक्स कर रहे हो उससे टोटल टॉप लाइन कितने की सुधरेगी, यही सवाल है बेसिकली. दीपक, इज इट द सेम क्वेश्चन व्हाट यू हैव?
काइंड ऑफ सर.
आई अंडरस्टैंड यू आर आस्किंग कि भाई अभी जो अपन कैपेक्स कर रहे हैं 75-80 करोड़ रुपीस का, हाउ मच बिजनेस वी आर गोइंग टू, हाउ मच रेवेन्यू वी आर गोइंग टू जनरेट आउट ऑफ दैट.
जैसे 175 करोड़ का एसेट्स बढ़ेंगी, तो जो टोटल एसेट्स होगा उसका टर्नओवर कितना होगा, जो अभी है उसके सिमिलर टाइम पे होगा कि और इम्प्रूव होगा?
सर देखिए, मैं आपका जो सवाल जितना मुझे समझ में आया है मैं उसके हिसाब से आपको जवाब दे देता हूँ. अगर कोई चीज़ बची होगी तो आप वापस पूछ लेना मेरे से.
श्योर सर, श्योर.
यूनिट 5 में 75-80 करोड़ का नया कैपेक्स कर रहे हैं, ठीक है जी. ये 75 से 80 करोड़ का कैपेक्स करने के बाद में यूनिट 5 ऑन ए स्टैंड अलोन बेसिस वुड जनरेट क्लोज टू 200 से 225 करोड़ रुपए का रिवेन्यू.
ओके.
Am I able to answer your question?
Yes sir, I will calculate. So new capex is 175 and 200 का annual revenue.
अंदाजे से समझिए कि 2 से 2.5 गुने का मल्टीपल, एक आपके गणित के लिए बता रहा हूँ आपको मैं, अंदाजे से आप मतलब 2 से 2.5 टाइम्स का आप रिवेन्यू समझ लीजिए ऑफ द टोटल कैपेक्स.
एनुअल रेवेन्यू सर?
हाँ जी.
ओके सर, जैसे आपने ये बोला कि आपको जैसे ड्यू टू चाइना +1 और ड्यू टू एंटी सेंटिमेंट्स अगेंस्ट चाइना, so is there any potential long term deals already in progress, or so if you can throw some light in which type of मतलब केमिकल में है, क्या है, मतलब अगर थोड़ा और लाइट थ्रो करेंगे तो सर.
नहीं बॉस, मेरे को आपका सवाल नहीं समझ.
तो जैसे आपने बताया ना कि चाइना ड्यू टू एंटी चाइना सेंटिमेंट, मैनी इंटरनेशनल कस्टमर्स फ्रॉम यूरोप आर इन टच विथ your companies and Indian companies, so they are looking for long term shifting business from China to India, and what kind of opportunity size can be for our company?
Basically, I would not like to disclose the strategies or the details about our company policy in terms of the marketing on this platform, sir. I would not like to reveal the details that to whom we are talking, what we are negotiating. This is something information which we cannot share on this platform, sir.
Yes sir, got it. So not internal, like what is the general trend? So
obviously when I said before that we are full confident, otherwise we would not have invested such a huge amount of money from internal accruals.
Yes sir.
Now you are asking me, one step ahead than this. I need to throw that. You are asking me to give some light on what kind of arrangements with whom we are talking. What that I would not like to discuss on this platform, sir.
No problem, sir. No problem. Thank you so much, sir. And my best wishes.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, due to time constraint, that will be the last question for today. I will now hand the conference over to Mr. Punit Makaria for closing comments.
Thank you. With the growth opportunities we foresee across all our segments and timely completion of all our projects, we believe we are ready for the next level of growth and also well positioned to capitalize on this opportunity. Thank you everyone for joining us. I hope we have been able to answer all of your queries. In case you require any further details, you may contact us or Orient Capital, our investor relations partners. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. On behalf of Shri Pushkar Chemicals and Fertilizers Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you for joining us. You may now disconnect your line. Thank you.